Every few years in surfing, there's a changing of the guard. In 1992, there will definitely be a change of the guard, and leading that change is the guy with us today, Kelly Slater. Welcome to HBO, Kelly.
Thanks, Mark.
First, I want to say congratulations on having such a great Hawaiian season already, and I don't know if you know it yet, but you're going to win the Rookie of the Year for the Triple Crown and stuff, so congratulations on that.
All right, I didn't even know that.
So you started surfing when you were 5?
Yeah.
And you knew what you wanted to do when...
I think I really knew what I wanted to do when I was about 8. In my first contest, I won my first contest, and I guess surfing's it. That's what I want to do.
Okay, now, what about things like, you've got so much fame and notoriety and money now. How's it been for the guys you grew up with, or maybe, guys you went to school with? Do you have to deal with things like jealousy, or is there any negative side to it?
Not really. Like when I first started getting pictures in magazines, it was me and my brother were like, we almost tried to rival each other. It was just kind of because we were pretty close to the same age and we were doing the same thing, but that's kind of worked itself out.
Now, I remember you coming over here since you were, I think Matt Kempke brought you over, you were like 12 or something,
12,
you stayed downstairs, yeah, and then they had a plan for you, like every year you were supposed to come over and surf 2 feet bigger.
Yeah.
Are you still on that program?
Kind of, actually, each year, in the last 2 or 3 years, I've actually jumped a bit more than that. When I was that young, I was really tentative to go out in big waves. And it really scared me because the power of Florida is nothing like the power of Hawaii. And it's just a really big jump to only be able to be over here for 2 or 3 weeks a year and be able to surf big waves. But like last year, I spent 3 weeks here and I felt like I had a pretty good jump. And this year I've already been here for 2 months, so I feel like it's really improved my big wave surfing.
Well, what is a big change from what you're used to riding, though, is Florida. I mean, guys sitting there, like, they watched you and they watched Todd Hong. I don't know how these, both you guys were in the semis and the Pipe Masters, and here you both came from Florida, actually same Cocoa, same beach, same high school, but that's, that would definitely throw a loop for some people. How do you figure you guys have been able to adjust so well to big waves and real waves?
It's just your attitude. It's all in your attitude. If you want to go out there and do it, then you're gonna. I mean, when there's 10-foot waves of pipe, you can't sit on the beach and go, well, maybe I'll go get a different board, or I'll just watch it for a while. You got to just grab your board and paddle straight out and take a couple beatings, and then it all comes together, and you find out that on half the waves you don't eat it, and on the others you do, and only a couple of them are really that bad. And maybe break a board or hit the reef a few times, but like at a place like Pipe, you're not going to drown. Maybe the Sunset in Waimea, that's a different story, and Haleiwa too. But
well, they're all dangerous.
Yeah.
What are your goals for this year and your long-range goals as far as competitive pro surfing go?
This next year, I'm just going to concentrate and do all the contests on the tour, and I feel like my rating will definitely improve.
Okay, what about world title aspirations? I know you have them, and I know what's your timetable for it?
I don't really have one. If it happens, it happens. I'll just see over the next couple of years how I do against the top guys in the world, and from there on.
Well, you've already, you're competing against the top guys in the world. Sometimes they win, sometimes you win. It's close already. Who are the guys that you admire and look to?
Tom Curran, because it seems like the guy can just stay home for months and months and then come out on the tour when he hadn't seen anyone surf in a long time and surf better than everyone does. And Tom Carroll's another one. He's, especially in big waves, the guy's insane. And Potter, he's really great, and he's a tough competitor. He's a guy that's really hard to surf against because he likes to sit on you. But there's so many guys. I mean, you can lose to anyone on the tour. With the way the system is, there's just whoever gets the waves is going to win.
All right. Now, one thing I was going to ask you about how you're saying Curran likes to, he can stay home and not see anybody to come out and blaze. Now, we've got, like, all the kids got you to look to, and now are you, and you've had Curran to look to.
Yeah.
But you're doing stuff that nobody else is doing. So you're not really emulating it, but at this stage you're sort of setting the pace, for certain maneuvers and a certain type of repertoire. Where are you coming up with it from? Is it just happening, or you think about it when you're laying in bed? Or
I think about it all the time. Surfing occupies 100% of my time. I mean, when I'm eating, I'm thinking about surfing. When I'm sleeping, I'm dreaming about it. And that's the way you got to be. You got to be totally dedicated, and your whole life has to revolve around it if you want to be real serious. And that's what I do. And a big part of doing different maneuvers is visualizing when you're watching waves. Just imagine what you could do on the wave. No, just one thing I really want to stress to the kids is to stay motivated. One thing that really stoked me out was going to the Menehune contest at Haleiwa and watching the kids surf and handing out the trophies. And it just got me really stoked to be down there and seeing the kids. It's like a reflection of my past, just seeing them doing what I was doing when I was little. And I just wanted to give them a message, you know, not to get bummed out if they didn't do well in that contest or if they don't do well in other contests. Because when I was young, I didn't win a lot of contests. I won my first one, but I went for a long time before I won another one because I was surfing against older guys. But as you get older, you'll surf better and you'll evolve, and just try to think about surfing all the time if you're really serious about it, and also stay off of drugs.
It's something that's really important, especially for your generation, the generations beyond us, is what we're going to do to take care of our oceans and our environment.
I was just checking that out down here. Actually, I was seeing a bit of trash in these rocks. Yeah. I took a class in school last year. It was probably the best class I ever had in school. It was environmental science, and it taught me all about the ocean pollution and air pollution and how much water resources we have and things like that. And it really made me think about little things like turning out lights when you walk out of the room to save, in essence, just save oil, and try to use as little trash as you can and recycle your cans and your paper if you can, and bottles and things like that. Every little bit helps.
You're right. Every little bit helps. Got that, Kelly Slater?
Hi there, boys